What needs to be done when moving into a new house?
Chanukas habayis appears already in Torah and Sefer Devarim. Miha'ish asher bono bayis chodosh v'loi chanoche. The Kohen says before they go out to war, milchemes reshus, who is the person that has built a house and didn't do a Chanukas habayis yet should be going back to his house and doing Chanukas habayis. That's the first source for Chanukas habayis. What does it mean to do Chanukas habayis? Brings down the Targum Yonason, one of the Mefarshim, that a Chanukas habayis means that you put up mezuzahs on your house. Meaning the first thing you have to do in your house is to put up mezuzahs. That's what makes a house to become a Yiddish shtub, a Jewish house, having mezuzahs in your house. In fact, it's brought down halacha. When you live in Eretz Yisrael, you have to have mezuzahs that same first day you moved in. However, in Chutz La'aretz, outside of Eretz Yisrael, you could live in a house up to 30 days without mezuzahs. But mezuzahs are not just the only thing. We know that there's a concept called Chanukas habayis of having people come over to your house and starting the house with becoming a center of the words of Torah, of Tefillah, of saying brachas. That is the minig, and in fact, in Kabbalah, it's brought down to Ben Ish Chai and other books. There's a seder called Seder Chanukas habayis. They sit together, at least a minyan of Yidden, and they say different parts in Mishnayos, in Gemara, in Torah, in Zoyar, and that way they start the house with words of learning Torah, of davening, giving tzedakah, and saying brachas. That's as far as the minig. However, in Chabad, the minig is we don't necessarily start with this ceremony of 10 people, but there are some other minhagim that the Rebbe did right. Minig number one that the Rebbe brings down is that you should invite tinoikos shel beis rabon. You should invite children that learn Torah into the house, and they should be the first ones. They should come with their melamed, they should say some psukim, say some brachas, and that's how you start a Jewish home, with tinoikos shel beis rabon. That is one clear hayra. Another hayra that Rebbe said, you have to make sure before you move into the house to do the mitzvah of makeh, the mitzvah of having a railing around your roof, not just around the roof, but any place that could be a place of danger. Obviously, you should first do these things before moving into the house. Another few hayrayos from the Rebbe for a brand new house is the fact that you should make sure that the house should have sifrei kodesh. Besides the mezuzahs you should have holy books in the house. The Rebbe said a few times it should be a Tehillim, it should be a Tanya, it should be a Siddur, and it should be Sfarim, which are practical halacha, Sfarim halacha l'maaseh, you should have in the house. Throughout the years, the Rebbe also said that a Chassidish home, a house that Chassidim want to live in a Chassidish way, should have at least 3 Sfarim that have to do with Chassidus. One of them is called Keser Shem Tov. Keser Shem Tov is a sefer that has Teres from the Holy Baal Shem Tov. The other one is a sefer called Magid Dvarav Liyankiv, which is a sefer that has Teres from the Helike Mizritcher Magid, from the Holy Magid. And the third sefer is a sefer called Tanya, which is from the Alter Rebbe. And the Rebbe, throughout the years, said that besides the books you should have Tehillim and a Siddur, you should also have the Keser Shem Tov, Magid Dvarav Liyankiv, and a Tanya. Another very interesting hayra from the Rebbe regarding a new home is the fact that you should have a tzedakah pushka in the house. You should have a tzedakah pushka in the house, and not just it should be a tzedakah pushka in the house, but the Rebbe said that the tzedakah pushka should be actually connected to the wall, drilled in and actually connected to the wall. The Rebbe said by doing that, you make the walls of the house become an actual mitzvah, meaning that the pushka, the mitzvah of giving tzedakah, and the walls of the house are one entity or one mitzias, and that's another hayra. Throughout the years, the Rebbe also said that it's better that pushka should be in the walls of the kitchen. It should be in the kitchen, being that the kitchen is a place where you have more of the akeres habayis, the woman, the wife of the house. Akeres habayis, it means also the iker, the main part of the house. So you should have the pushka, the tzedakah pushka, in the wall of the house, and specifically in the wall of the kitchen. There is a debate if Chanukas habayis is only in Eretz Yisrael or also in Chutz La'aretz, but obviously the things we said before, the idea of bringing children to say psukim, the idea of saying brachas, the idea of having the Jewish books, mezuzahs, and a pushka, is in Israel and outside of Israel. And according to Kabbalah, it seems from Al Rebbe and Tanya that the idea of Chanukas Habayis applies not just in Eretz Yisrael, but anywhere around the world.